Hey guys, it's Kai. So, I'm going to be stepping out of my little gamer hat for a bit and going into my anime bag because yesterday I saw the most stupid, brain dead goddamn tweet I've ever seen in my life. So, there's this manga anime series called JJK. It stands for Jujutsu Kaisen that's been going on for like 6 years now and just recently ended. Right now I see it says September 30th, 2024. So it like just ended a couple weeks ago. JJK is a really interesting series from what I've seen. You know, it's got a really interesting world and power set and everything like that. But recently the ending has had people feeling some type of way. You know, characters come in and then they get hyped up and then they're like, yeah, I'm the guy, and then just like the guy, they get blown up like 10 seconds later. So people have been, let's just say, mixed about the latest ending arc. You know, I'm just gonna put it out there, I haven't read it. I haven't, read the ending. I've barely gotten past the first season of JJK as it is, but I feel like this still applies because it speaks to a much larger problem than just this series or just anime or manga or whatever. So yesterday I was browsing through Twitter in my spare time and I saw this tweet, and more accurately this tweet right here, and I looked at it and I was like, what could this man have possibly said to ignite such vigor and fervor in his statement to not only curse his family and his ancestors but his descendants as well? Oh my.
Great news for fans of Jujutsu Kaisen manga. Since not everyone liked the original ending, we decided to draw a new ending starting from chapter 236 that contains exciting and wonderful things, and we will focus on writing the characters perfectly. Drawing with high quality. The name of the manga will be Jujutsu no Kaisen. All you have to do is follow us on our official websites, at jujutsunokaisen on Twitter and at jujutsunokaisen official on Instagram. I want everyone to follow us in appreciation for our efforts. First chapter will be published on January 1st, 2025. Be on time.
First of all, you just gotta admire the creativity alone in the title. Jujutsu no Kaisen instead of Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, an Eisner Award is on the way for sure. Secondly, I just love the phrasing at the end. I want everyone to follow us in appreciation of our efforts. Oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for being the brave lone warrior who devoted your life to the task of doing some arbitrary bullshit only a couple hundred Redditors asked for. And then people clowned on him, rightfully so, because that is stupid and idiotic and cocky. Let me be clear, I have no quarrels with fan fiction or fan art or fan work or whatever. Obviously, that comes with the territory. Once you create something, it's there for all to see, and all people have their own takes and opinions of it, right? But my problem comes in when people start trying to use a fan work as a substitute or a better version or a continuation of the original work. Like, there are for real people out there whose only exposure to Dragon Ball Z has been through Dragon Ball Z Abridged and Team Fourstar. Like, what? That just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's a good gateway, but it is by no means a substitution. A lot of people really love, episode 60 and the Cell Saga and a lot of the great send-offs and payoffs and stuff like that. And it's really good for fan work. But if you go back and you watch those first couple of episodes, you're like, oh.
How's it going?
I'm drinking OJ. Now it's apple juice. Now it's beer. Yay, beer!
And I'm not trying to be like a dick and just punch down for no reason. They themselves are like, okay, yeah, our first couple of episodes were pretty rough, but as time went on, we improved. And that's what, art is all about, improving and everything like that. But I think it's so bizarre for someone to look at a fan work, and even if they really like it, to be like, yeah, this is just as good or if not better than the actual work. That's just so infuriating. I can't even put it into words. Now, here's where I need to get a little controversial. The difference between Team Fourstar and the difference between what this dude, Jujutsu no Kaisen's team is doing is Team Fourstar came into it with complete love, and they weren't, being like, this is the better version of it, because it isn't. They're just saying, this is our version. It's more silly and it's stupider and it's wackier, but it's most definitely coming in with love. JJ No K is coming in and being like, well, you know, we all love the series and we didn't really like the ending. So we figure we know these characters better than the actual author. So we'll know how to write his style better than him. Huh? Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I want everyone to know, whether you're new or old, thank you for watching this. And a lot of my, current subscribers have come from the class of '09 fandom. A lot of them have come from it. And, even for a little brief moment, I was a micro meme on Twitter. People were using my picture. So I want to say thank you all for subscribing to me and watching me and so on. But I need to say, a lot of you need to learn your place. My God. For those of you who don't know, Class of '09 is basically a visual novel game series where you play as two girls and, just do high school girl things while also, getting guys to kill themselves. It's a very funny game despite how weird the synopsis is. And it just has a very, bizarre writing style and storylines and everything like that drew a lot of people towards it. So the general consensus among the fan base is that the first game was amazing, and then the second game was amazing, and then the third game was just completely horrible, just utter garbage. Now, I do not agree with that. I like all three games, but I feel like the last one kind of fell flat a bit because the game was made out of spite due to the author of the game, SBN3, not really liking his fan base. I made like 2 different videos about it. One about how people were calling it the foot side, and I cried for a bit. And the second one going into full depth for my friend where I describe it all. You can go watch it. Yeah. There have always been a sect of dumb, stupid, sloppy bitches and bastards who have thought they could create something better than the actual author themselves. For example, straight to my mind, I'm thinking of AoTnR Requiem. Some people like it, some people don't. I haven't seen it. What I have seen is something much more near and dear to my heart, Dragon Ball. And honestly, at this point, if you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
Gohan, you stupid bitch. I've come back to life again, and I'm even more perfect now. Because that's just how my powers work. And I've been beating up your father for the last 18 minutes to show how much stronger I am now. That's right. And I had sex with your wife, and then killed your wife, and your daughter. Gohan, you imbecile.
Gohan, I need you to stop being such a useless cuck. Also, I'm a bad father. A much worse father than Piccolo.
You're right, Dad. It is time for me to stop being a useless cuckold.
Teen Gohan? Oh no, that's when Gohan was his coolest and strongest form.
You get the gist of it, okay? The group I was not expecting to try and do the whole revisionist, we can do it better than the actual creators thing, was the Class of '09 fandom. They've been eating Sobro's dick relentlessly for the past year, and then the game, they didn't like it. And now they're like, wow, Sobro, he was never good, actually. And now because of that, the Class of '09's rabbit-ass fandom is coming in like, hey, how about we do it better than the actual creators? Huh?
Delusions!
Can the fandom join together and create an actually good version of the flip side?
Yes!
I'm literally drafting one up in Google Docs right now.
Can we all make our own fan games for Jekka? She deserves better endings.
It's insane how we're all in Jeffrey's shoes now. We're gonna remake it the way the fans wanted it.
You make the next step. Hey, I'm working on a Flipside remake and I need your help. I have a bunch of ideas for endings, but I can't land on just 5, so I need you all to vote. I want this to be the game for fans, by fans. Here's the link to the Tumblr.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Ironically, Jeffrey has a manga.
This one's a Reddit post where someone considers making the flip side just like the Devil Wears Prada. Anyways, someone could probably do a better job than SBN3 did. Please, someone save this series. And stop. This is where I've got to step back in. I think this is the crux of the argument. This is the problem with what people are thinking. They think that just because they partake in enjoying something and they are a big fan of it, when the creator does something they don't like, then they can snatch it away from them and then say, oh, we can do it better. We know what you know. No, you don't. Like our glorious Shark Slayer Oscar once said,
You might think you know, but you have no idea.
Everything everyone writes is driven by their own experiences and their own prior knowledge. The person who said they were SBN3's friend on that one Reddit thread said that the reason why he felt so upset by his fan base becoming the way they were is because he put so much of himself into this game, way more than he has in anything else, and he felt the wrong type of person latched onto it. And I can see you right now behind your phone. I know what you're saying. Kai, didn't you say you weren't going to make this a Class of 09 video? No, I said I was going to jump out of my bag and then talk about anime. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to loop it right back around because that's what you do in an essay. This is not a video essay, but this is a video with an essay-like format. Nailed it. Let me give you a rather drastic example. R. Kelly. R. Kelly is not a good guy. Okay, let's all just establish that. But he makes amazing, fantastic, beautiful music, and he has an amazing voice. But just because I do not like what R. Kelly has done and do not consider him a good person or man or anything of that nature does not mean I can say, yo, let me make R. Kelly's, best hits in my own style and then put out pure garbage and then be like, oh, well, we did it. We separated the creator from the art, So let me be frank. I was fairly let down, even though I enjoyed the game a lot. In some places, I was fairly let down by Class of 09, the flip side, the same way some of those JJK fans were sort of let down by the ending, the same way those Attack on Titan fans were let down by that ending, and the same way a lot of Gohan enjoyers are fairly disappointed with his character up until Superhero. However, none of us have the prior knowledge or life experience or writing utility. Let's just be honest. These people are paid to write and we pay them. We buy their stuff. We consume what they put out because that's how good they are. We cannot fill in for them. I'm a major fan of the Jaguars, even though they are terrible. But if I went up to Doug Peterson and I said, hey, put me in, coach, I would be a stain on that freshly painted over Trevor Banks Stadium grass because I am not equipped to go against 3,000-pound linebackers. So the same way that Class of 09, the flip side, came out busted because he came into that project with a bunch of hate in his heart and mad at his fan base, that's the same way your project is going to turn out because you're writing it out of the fact that you think you need to make it better than his rather than just saying, hey, I like the series, I want to do my own thing. No, don't do it. People online have the capacity to sit down and write the worst garbage you have ever read in your life and be like, yeah, this was it. All because they have this idea of, well, hey, at least it's not XYZ. I've been thinking about how amazing the flip side could be with a bit of a revamp. Jekka goes to Fashion University.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
So maybe this can turn out all right. Who knows? I've been extremely wrong in the past. I'll be upfront about that.
You really think Wesley Snipes is going to sit his ass down and then be directed and like, all right, Wesley, now this guy over here, this is Azazel. He was from X-Men First Class. Now you two are going to have to sword fight each other. And no, he's not doing that.
But this is a message to the JJ No K writing crew and whatever Jeckamaniacs out there want to make a Class of '09, the flip side, the revamp or whatever. And a message to all Wattpad warriors who believe they are better than the creators. Please watch your tone, okay? Because you're not. Don't overestimate yourself. You cannot maintain spite. You can maintain love or passion or earnesty or whatever, but you cannot create something purely out of spite. It will burn. Or you can be like the rest of us and just wait for Shonen Jump to kidnap him again and make him write JJK2 for the next 8 years or whatever. That's about it. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.